Hey there, everybody. I'm CCB Dolan here with CCB Rise, bringing you Darkness of Despair versus Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork. And man, do we have a wacky Insano team from Darkness of Despair. You're going to check it out right there. That's double Shield Sin Drake Navy issue triple Gila Tengu. So I don't even know where. I've never seen a Shield Sin before, ever in my life, not once.
I mean, seeing a sin at all is pretty rare, so it's not surprising that you wouldn't see a particular type of sin. Definitely a weird setup.
So for Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork, we have a relatively more standard blaster, armor, very Galente style, in-your-face, triple Proteus, bunch of Enyos and Ishkurs get up in your face and brawl with some links on the prophecy. But I'm interested to see, Darkness of Despair is going to be trying to fire really fast off the bat here, drop drones and kill some stuff.
Yep, Darkness of Despair drops bouncers for now because they're at really long range. These teams both warp to max range on the beacon. So there's quite a bit of room between them, and those sentries are out. They'll do damage as Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork heads in. We'll see if they can kill anything during that time, and then, of course, Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork will get on top and try and burn something down. I feel like their chances here depend a lot on what kind of E-War they have. Obviously, they have some damps. I wonder if they have any other means of breaking up a Tinker. They have a lot more ships, so they have room for plenty of things. It could be jams, it could be neutralizers, but we'll have to see if they have a method for breaking this up.
I'll have to show my ignorance here, and I've never actually flown a Sin. How many mids does it have?
So a mid is 7 high, 6 mid, 6 low. It has 4 turret slots, and it's double damage bonus. So it has 10% drone damage. It also has a 5% large hybrid damage. So it's like the Navy Dominix in that way. And it has 6 mid. So it can actually field a pretty decent tank. I don't know specifically how the resist profile compares, but I'm sure it has higher resist than Tech 1. So it should actually be decent for this. But definitely weird. We'll have to see if they're able to get any kills here. I think it's not a good sign that they haven't got any damage yet. They're pretty far away still, I guess. You can see that one Footwork ship kind of out in front.
And you can see
which
here...
is actually the Oneros is the thing they're going for, and he's separated from the rest of his team.
Yeah, the thing is, it's going to be a drone war here. If Ministry can clear off the necessary amount of drones, that Oneros is taking a lot of damage.
Wow.
You know what kind of tank he has on him.
A weird decision here by Darkness of Despair. They've actually dropped heavy drones. So they're sending Berserkers and Ogres, and I think there was actually some Republic Fleet Berserkers in there as well. Republic Fleet Berserkers. So heavy drone wing, which is something we haven't seen a ton of. People favoring sentries generally in this tournament so far. But heavies are going to be chasing around that Oneros. And he's actually not moving really fast, so for now at least the heavies should be able to keep up and do damage. But if he picks up speed, I don't know. So far this is going pretty well for them, actually.
He needs to pick it up, and Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork needs to have a smart bomb on that prophecy.
What they're actually doing is using the rest of their ships to kill those drones.
Okay.
So they're actually killing heavy drone. The entire team dedicated right now to killing off heavy drones.
Well,
so
we have an AAR on that Oneros, so if they can kill off all these drones fast enough, that Oneros will be back to full armor relatively soon, and we'll be able to reload. And I don't know how many flights they can bring out.
I'm checking right now, actually, on the... So the Gilas have a 400 M3 drone bay. They have plenty of room.
I'm mostly concerned on the Sin because I basically don't know its stat line at all. Sorry.
It also has 400. So if Footwork spends the entire match killing drones, they might not get anything else done because they really can drop tons of drones.
Well, they can drop 2 flights of sentries or heavies, and they've already proved they have sentries in their hold.
3.
Well, yeah, they're going to be able to drop 3, but they'll have, but then they won't have any other drones no lights. Hey,
Yeah, I mean they could run out, but I feel like saving the Oneros here by killing the heavies was obviously very smart. That makes complete sense. But they're gonna have to shoot at some of the Darkness and Despair ships at some point as well, and they are making their way towards them slowly.
They don't have to shoot at any of the Darkness and Despair ships ever.
They don't?
No, it's a drone team. So when they entered the arena at 0 points and 0 points, they go to overtime. They can just sit, and they'll have the higher attack bar when they entered the arena. So at late double tiebreaker, Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork wins. Well, I'm still shooting for that tiebreaker to happen. They're diving on a Sin, though?
Yeah, they're not taking that strategy. They're now closing and are going for an actual kill. And yeah, as you say, going for a Sin first. Not a lot of E-War showing up. I mean, like I said, teams that have done well against Seekers tend to have some E-War support that helps deal with it, whether it's neutralizers or jams, and they don't have any of that, just the damps.
Look at the Sin
but
drop.
They are breaking it anyway, so just pure DPS might be enough to crush the Darkness and Despair setup.
Yep, turns out Sins don't shield tank them. Just an all around. Like if you're looking for a really heavy tank, Sin's not the ship you want to bring apparently. But they have no
Wow.
rep bonus. They're just gonna
They're gonna just kill him
kill a Sin.
right through the reps from that Tengu. So that's obviously a huge kill for Footwork. Their Oniros has stayed the primary for Darkness of Despair, but he's tanking just fine. And they're
That's
now
them winning the match.
probably so. And so now they're gonna start working on the second Sin. Presumably will die just as easily as the first.
More easily than the first. There's one less energy transfer on the field. Like,
Yep, it's true.
but man, that's a rough. Those are rough licks. I wonder if Darkness of Despair was banking on pure confusion. Like, how much does a shield tank Sin tank? Nobody really knows. Do we risk shooting it?
Definitely a weird setup. And I think the thing that's easier to be critical of for me versus Sins is just 7-ship Tinker setups. Like
Yeah.
those have kind of had medium success in this tournament, but I feel like we're getting to the stage where you're just not going to be able to do enough. You're going to have exactly this happen where you can't kill anything. Like you just don't have enough flexibility and enough options and enough just raw stats in terms of damage to actually kill anything. And
Yeah, I think this was more of a thing that you could do maybe 2 years ago, or like you can do in the SCL. When there's
Right.
not 12 ships worth of DPS on the other team, it's hard to break 7 ships built like this.
man, a lot of weird choices here. The Drake Navy issue is a really odd choice as well.
Can't beat 8 missile launchers, man. It has 8 missile launchers.
Yes,
That's the coolest.
but it doesn't actually have.
Sin also died there.
Wow, sorry about that, guys. But like the Drake Navy issue doesn't have a damage bonus. It does have the 8 launchers. It also doesn't have a resist bonus. So it's pretty weak in terms of tank compared to like a normal Drake, and especially compared to normal link ships people have been using like a Vulture or a Tengu. And it doesn't do very much damage. Like it's kind of nice because it has an easier time applying damage to ships like Ishkars and Enyos, but obviously that didn't do them any good here. So that's just kind of odd. Generally just kind of a weird setup from Darkness and Despair. So they will be kind of seeing their way out of the tournament right here.
Yeah.
And Footwork still looking really strong. Their setup here is relatively simple, I feel like. Kind of a standard Tech 3 brawler. It's a lot like the Agony setup. I mean the CVA setup. And it's just very solid. And they'll, of course, move on now. So their next match will be against Late Night Alliance, which will be at 16:45. As Soundwave said on the desk, after this match, we'll be moving into matches between people that have fought today and people who dropped from the winners bracket at the end of last weekend. So,
And those are going to be
very
dangerous
interesting.
matches. Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork has really been showing up to this tournament.
Yeah.
They came to our practice matches before the tournament. We did some testing of our tools, and they were there for all of them. They, of course, lost to Hydra in all 3 of the matches in that practice tournament, but they appear to be able to beat everyone that isn't Hydra. So,
Yeah, looking really, really strong. This Oniro still taking damage somehow. I mean, Helos are still quite a bit of damage, I guess. They're crushing that Drake really quickly, though. I can't imagine the Oniros will actually die, and of course, there's no chance whatsoever of Darkness turning this match around.
hey, they could Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork could all just fly right out of the arena. That would be a turnaround.
That's
I don't think
true.
they will. They seem pretty
Probably
dedicated
not.
to this tournament. I've got my eye on them now. They were completely off my radar before the tournament and everywhere.
Now you got your eye on them. Gonna watch them. All right. Yeah, they've looked really good. Do you have the their record up? I'm now curious, like who they've killed. I know we showed that at the desk.
I'm pretty
before.
sure. I'm pretty sure they just killed a ton of people and then died to Hydra, and that was what happened there.
Let's check it out. So Footwork has had matches against Kill It With Fire, Godfathers, lost to Hydra, beat Sadistica, beat Darkness Despair. So they haven't actually. I guess the Godfathers win is a pretty big win, but they haven't fought any other really huge teams except Hydra, which they lost to. But I think you're right. They could be, contenders for pretty high in the tournament. They're
But
looking
Hydra
really,
is
really
also
solid.
Hydra is the hugest team.
Yep. Yeah,
We have
Hydra's
some-
super hyped at least by now.
Yeah, no, they're
If
really.
they're not the best team, at least everybody's convinced that they are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna be betting against them in Eve bet. With the loss of that chip, that's gonna be the match. Darkness of Despair going home, and Ministry of Inappropriate Footwork continuing to fight their way through the losers bracket. We're gonna throw it back to CCB Soundwave and the guys in the studio.